Welcome to this week's edition of Mainely Motorsports, and man, it's a little late to have him in here, but it's never too late to have Ken Mainely into the studio. So Ken, welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
Better late than never. Yes, yes, I'm here.
You know, and we talk about the winter, and it prolonged, and it just never went away. And as we were talking about getting you on to promote the season, and next thing you know, the season was here.
Yeah, we exchanged a lot of messages and tried to make it work out, but we got stuck in that cycle of clouds and 40 degrees and drizzle, and all of a sudden, like we said, boom, the season is here, and we're off and moving.
Now you can divulge information, you know what I mean? Now It's like we can talk car counts, because we know roughly where we're at. You know, the divisions, some of the heavyweights that are showing up to challenge for the division championships.
Yep.
And then, obviously the schedule's out. Very, very ambitious schedule, but very familiar schedule to what you guys have done in the past. And a lot for any race fan at any level.
Yeah, discipline is the word we've spoken about over the past 5 or 6 years, and that's the hardest part to maintain. We want to give the fans and our drivers a nice full plate of action for every class, not just for our 2 premier classes, but for everybody. So you end up with a nice full schedule like this. If anything, it's more of a strain on our crew than anybody, because they're there instead of every other week like our racers are. Our staff and volunteers are all there for 25, 26 straight weeks. So.
No, absolutely. And Niemer and Niemer Lights, the midgets, and you want to talk about hair-raising speeds.
Yeah, we obviously pride ourselves on being the fastest track in the state of Maine, and then when you throw the fastest asphalt sprint cars in the country on Wiscasset Speedway, and you're talking, sustained laps of over 100 miles an hour around that track, 13-second laps. So that's a whole new level of speed, and it's really fun to showcase that on our track.
Well, and we talk about showcasing. And that's one thing you guys do with each of your weekly divisions. They each get their showcase race, whether it be the Coastal 200, the Boss Hog 150 later in the year, but even the Super Streets, the Outlaw Minis, they have their night.
Yeah, we try to spread the wealth. Obviously, you have your premier divisions, but we like to give every division in our arsenal at least one special night that they can be the premier event of the evening. So that's gone really well. Like you said, the Super Streets, the Outlaw Minis, even 4-cylinder pros and Thunder 4s get their spotlight races during the season. So we try to make sure everybody gets a special night.
And then an event that was huge last year. You didn't know what was going to happen. You gave them the first venue, the SMAC 350 Tour, and everybody's still talking about it. The only appearance in the state of Maine for winged super modifieds. And then they're coming back.
Yeah, we had a good conversation with John Burke the day of the race when they were loading up to leave, and I followed up with him again at the end of the season, and John's like, absolutely, we would love to be back. And so we penciled them in for July 6th, going to be a great holiday weekend event. And now that, they were fast enough not knowing what they needed to bring themselves to run our track. Now that they've got that intel in their notebook, they're going to come back and I think put on an even better show.
And guys are looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I was at Star Speedway last week talking to some guys in the pits. What's the schedule look like? What are you doing this year? Yada, yada, yada. Oh, but we'll be at Wiscasset. We'll be at that race in Wiscasset. So, July 6th. That's a big weekend for racing for a lot of tracks. But if the winged super modifieds is where you're at or what you want to see and you've never seen them, Wiscasset Speedway is going to have them.
Yeah, and we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun one.
And then the nice thing about what always happens at Wiscasset, Richard and Vanessa, as much as you say they run that controlled, whatever it is, I forgot it. I'm not into that. What do we call it?
Sustained discipline growth.
Oh, yeah, that's them. That's for them. That's not me.
Yeah, the word discipline doesn't.
Yeah, no,
that's not in your vocabulary.
But they do think outside the box a little bit, and the weekend in July where a lot of people are going to Loudon and all that, they're bringing the truck pulls in.
Yeah. Well, Richard's brother is into the truck pulling thing, and there's some local guys, and every once in a while we're able to pull even the Pelletiers down from the county to run, and they usually hit Wiscasset in one of their early events before the fair season kicks in. So. So we have a pulling track right in the middle of the raceway.
No, that's unbelievable. Which we're going to take a break, Ken, because when we come back, I want to talk about what is probably the biggest event that's going to take place this year, and that's the celebration, the 50th celebration, the Hall of Fame. All that's a big deal.
Yes.
And so I didn't want to end on that. I want to start on that. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here with Ken Mainely here on Mainly Motorsports.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scotch Recreation. We just had the biggest month in our history. Why? We're selling campers at wholesale to the public, even the 2019s. So what did we do? We went out and bought a bunch more. Up to 40% off travel trailers and fifth wheels, up to 35% off toy haulers, up to 30% off motorhomes. You'll never see these prices again. Over 400 campers to choose from, all at wholesale prices.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
I'm Melinda. My husband Steve and I operate E-Keys for Cars in Saco. E-Keys is family owned with over 20 years in the car key business. Need an extra key? We promise to provide the best quality at a good price. Walk-ins are always welcome with no appointment ever needed. You'll be in and out in minutes. And yes, E-Keys still handles emergencies. But why wait? E-Keys for Cars, Route 1 on the Auto Mile in Saco.
E-Keys for Cars.
Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road. Wiscasset is celebrating 50 years as the fastest track in the state of Maine. Join us for great events all season long, like the Coastal 200 and the Boss Hog 150. Plus, visits from NEMA, the 350, Smack Supermods, Mel Car Legends, and more. For complete details, go to WiscassetSpeedway.com or find us and like us on Facebook. Wiscasset Speedway, celebrating 50 years as Maine's biggest and fastest.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
Wiscasset Speedway, Maine's biggest and fastest, with $5 admission every weekend and loads of family fun. Check us out at WiscassetSpeedway.com.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and with Ken Mainely here, the voice of Wiscasset Speedway, and you carry many hats. I know that up there.
Too many.
I call you the voice, but. The Hall of Fame. You guys have talked about it for a few years. This year it's coming to fruition. You're gonna, induct the inaugural class, July 27th. Big night, celebration, fireworks.
Yeah, the track's 50th birthday. It all goes back to Wilford Cronk's vision. Just a worm digger from Wiscasset who decided one day, looking out into this field, I think I might build a racetrack because this area needs one. And it took him 4 years to build the track, and it finally opened in July of 1969. And we always confidently say from that moment that track opened until today, it's still the fastest track in the state. It was actually the last track built in the state of Maine also, and we're turning 50. So we're going to celebrate throughout the season, but July 27th, it all comes to a culmination with we've already unveiled the Hall of Fame class, but that's the night we're going to formally induct them all.
That's pretty big deal, and a lot of hard work, a lot of thought went into this, and I'm sure there's a lot of happy people.
Yeah, and I got to say, we had a lot of great help from the folks from the Maine Vintage Race Association, Andy Austin, Dodo Brockman, Stephanie Burgess, Frankie Doran. They all really stepped up and helped us get our Hall of Fame and History Committee off the ground and really helped out. But we met throughout the winter, once a month and through into this spring, and really worked on the criteria of what this inaugural Hall of Fame class should represent. And I like to say, while there are certain Hall of Fame caliber drivers out there that did not make this class, and I know they'll get in most likely in year 2, we really wanted to concentrate on year 1 with people who, and not just drivers, but people who have had a specific and long-lasting impact on specifically to Wiscasset Speedway. So we're really happy with the class. We announced it a couple of weeks ago, and we've had nothing but positive reviews on it.
No, and it's really it's going to be a big night. It's a weekend event, honestly.
Yes. Our birthday night on July 27th, as you said, we'll do the Hall of Fame. We've got Pro Stocks will have the main event that night, so that's always entertaining. We finish it up with fireworks. We're also inviting all past champions of Wiscasset Speedway. Them and a guest will be our guests that night, and we're going to bring them all together down on the track and recognize everybody that we can as having a part in the history of the track. So, and then wrap it up with fireworks. And then the following day, Summerfest, second year that they've entrusted us to host Summerfest, and the plans are already into making that a bigger and funner event. So it's a whole weekend thing, just like you said. Celebrating the history of the track and then rolling into the history of main racing altogether.
No, absolutely. And last year we were unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend Summerfest, and I wanted there I love the event, I want to support you guys. So this year it's all worked out. So, it doesn't coincide with Dream Ride.
Yep.
So we'll be at Summerfest and really excited to see what's in store for year two. It's a great venue. It's a great attitude of people putting the event on, and should be it just should be an amazing weekend for fans young and old.
Yeah, absolutely. Not just for fans of Wiscasset Speedway, but fans of racing in Maine in general.
Yeah. So that's July 27th and 28th. So mark your calendars. Make a plan.
And on Summerfest too, Bingo's barbecue competition will be back. So that's all the money raised from that goes to the association as well.
No, that's awesome. Which they're doing a big thing for the winning team from the Coastal 200 this weekend.
Yeah, they just added that on this week.
That's pretty cool,
Yeah, Derek Mingo. There's a unique little prize. The winning team, Derek Mingo, is going to give him. Once you clear tech, actually, he's going to have the food set up right there at the tech building. So you win the Coastal 200, he'll feed the whole team at the end of the night.
That's awesome. And then then that's what they call that, the dog days of summer or something.
Yes.
That rolls us into August, and one of the big event, which has come is even bigger for us, is this year it's Fan Appreciation Night number 2, brought to you by Bazzuto's Inc., the Hometown Foundation, Mainly Motorsports. We'll be there. You kind of, I don't want to say turn the reins over to me, but you don't have to go down the stairs that night.
No, and what a fun night that is.
Oh, we have so much fun,
With you guys running around doing the prizes, with the athletes that are there representing Special Olympics, and just the atmosphere that night it's to show our fans appreciation, but also all the hard work you guys do on behalf of Bazzuto's and the Dream Ride and the Hometown Foundation, and all the money we get to raise for this great group of people, not just kids, but adults as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I don't know what I can do to top last year, getting engaged up on the...
Yeah, you're going to have to up your game. And also, you ran the kids' bike races that day on the scooter.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got a picture to prove it if they want to.
Oh, no, look, you got to send that to me. Yeah,
we will.
So, and I got to bring the guy. I hope he still comes because he wanted a sticker for the back of his scooter, So I don't know what I'll do this year. I thought I had it won. I was the only guy in the kids' bike race that had a motor, and I still got beat.
That's probably the funnest night of the season, if just pure fun.
Yeah, out of the element. You're doing your thing. You allow us to do our thing, and we bring a lot of new people to the event, and just excited about it. On August 17th, and a little bit extra special hardware, get to do Victory Lane and involve the athletes. And,
yes.
And that was where our whole relationship started with the Hometown Foundation, our reliance with the Dream Ride and everything. And my goal, and I shouldn't say it, but my goal is hopefully we'll be able so close to our $100,000 goal. We're over halfway there, and now it's got to gain a little bit more momentum because a few months is going to go fast. But I'm hoping that would be cool to really hit it that night. So we're going to be doing our thing and having a great night on August 17th.
Yeah, and this relationship with Bazzuto's and the Hometown Foundation has really grown over the last 5 or 6 years. And I got to mention that it all really started with Kim Brackett from Brackett's Market in Bath.
Yes.
and her K2 race team with Kevin Morse. They introduced me to Ray Jacques. We built a relationship with Bazzuto's over the past 4 years, and then it's grown with you guys getting involved. So that the relationships we've built over that time has just made it better for
Kimberly
everybody.
having an idea and presenting it to Ray, and and it's off and running. So how cool would it be if that night Kevin Morse wins his first pro stock event, we top 100,000, and I've already got engaged, so I ain't getting engaged again. So I don't know, we'll do something.
If you're not married yet, you could do it again.
Jesus, relax. That's everybody at Wisconsin says that. Are you getting married this year, Robbie? Relax, slow down.
Oh yeah, we could host your wedding that night.
Relax. We're all good. Let's talk about the Boss Hog, right? And that's a pretty good paying event, bringing in some of the stars of the short track world with the super late model level. And last year's race between Hopkins and Hall was a barn burner.
Yeah, that was probably the best one-on-one battle all season long that we had. The hard racing but respect those two guys showed really resonated. A little rough to start the race. If I could delete lap 6 through 20, the rest of the race was amazing.
Yep.
And once they settled down, those guys really put on a great show. And I think we found a good home for the Boss Hog. We've moved it around a couple times to find a place that it will fit, and we can get a decent car count and such. And I think Labor Day weekend is the place where it's going to be for a while.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then the marquee event for the Strictly Streets.
Yes.
The Amsoil Dominator Strictly Shootout, and Lee Mortensen, he don't do it little, he goes big, and he jumped on board a couple years ago, and he told you he was going to do it and do it right.
Yeah, with Lee, it's like you got to pull back on the reins a little bit and say, well, easy fella, we're going to get there. Keep building it up, and obviously that started with the McCagues and all their hard work, and Dave Brannon. It was really Dave Brannon's brainchild, and it's really built up into, between that and the Ike Door, probably the two marquee strictly street stock style events here in this area.
Yeah, so that's that kind of ends the year. The next week's your Fall Fury, so it sounds weird to be talking about the end of the year, but we just took you through the year of Wiscasset, and there's plenty of other things I want to talk about with Ken. I know he's got a busy night, going to be running off to the Maine Vintage Race Car Association. But I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back. We'll talk a few more things. And Wiscasset Speedway. You got to check it out. And it's still only $5. So we'll take a break. We're right back here with Ken Minor. Welcome to Mainely Motorsports.
To order a copy of this show, send a check or money order for $15, including shipping and handling, to Mainely Motorsports, 2 Main Street, Suite 17-103, Biddeford, Maine, 04005. And please add the show number in the description of the show.
Looking for a great time, great people, and great food? Then visit New England's #1 biker destination, Bentley Saloon, owned by legendary super-modified driver Bentley Warren. Bentley's is a biker bar that welcomes everyone. Staying in the area, Bentley's has their own full-service campground right on site. Tuesdays, Bentley's Cruise Night attracts car enthusiasts from all over New England. Located on Route 1 in Arundel, Bentley Saloon guarantees a great time. Check out the fun at BentleySaloon.com and see why Bentley says, who has more fun than us?
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the #7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Well, I know we've gone through the schedule. We've got everybody prepared. They're all marked at calendars. But my favorite thing still is the Victory Lane at Wiscasset Speedway. I mean, I enjoy being able to do it that night with the crowd right there, but being a fan, when you get to go and be a fan and sit there and just watch this young fella that might get his first podium finish, and the grandparents are leaning against the fence, and he can hug his grandmother, the grandfather's so proud, and I mean, they're right there to touch him, and that's just amazing thing that you guys had a vision of.
And they are right there. More often than not, I have to go find my driver because they're working the fence and visiting with all their fans, and the families line right up there to celebrate with them. Not to mention it's easy for us old guys to get down there to talk to them, but it really is a neat thing for the fans to be able to celebrate a win with the race teams themselves.
No, absolutely. And then we talked about the $5 admission, and the nice part about like the Coastal, the Boss Hog, you take those races. We have Oxford that races Speedway 95, Beechridge. You have your regulars, your competitors. They might race the Wildcat division. They're a crew member. They can't get to Wiscasset on a regular basis. But you know what? They can go and watch a marquee event like the Coastal 200, the Boss Hog, and it's not like going to break them because you spend a lot of money already on a regular basis to go to one track.
Yeah.
So now to go to that second track, the $5, or if you go in the pits, $20. It makes that double race weekend more affordable.
Yeah, and that's what we like. We want to make it affordable for everyone to bring the whole family, or like you said, guys who don't get a chance to come visit us on a regular basis, make it affordable.
And the flex schedule that we talk about, Group A, 4 divisions, Group B, 4 divisions. So that's huge.
It's the flexibility. It's the 2 weeks allowing teams to get their stuff rebuilt if they have a problem.
Or if they ruffle somebody's feather, hopefully the feathers go back in place.
Hard to hold a grudge for 2 weeks.
Yeah. You can only be mad at one person at a time, and somebody's going to piss you off over the next 2 weeks before you get back there. But no, it's really you guys are doing everything right. You don't try to keep up with the Joneses. You don't have high standards. You just want to offer a quality product at an affordable price. And keep improving.
And we tried to follow Vanessa's lead on that. She just kind of gets that grin on the side of her mouth, and she says, "We're just going to do what Wiscasset does." Yeah. And that's good enough for us.
Yeah. No. Exactly. And it works. And a great program. And like I said, how can you fault a place on any given night when you walk out and the last person you see as you're walking to the parking lot is the guy that owns the place, just shaking your hand, eating ice cream. Or the woman that owns the place, thanking you for coming. And I mean, they appreciate not only the racers, the fans, the staff, everybody that walks on those grounds on a weekly basis, they appreciate them.
Yep, absolutely. And then that's our goal. We want to have everybody leave. There are going to be a few ruffled feathers here and there, but for the most part, we want to be confident that we're having our fans and our drivers leave knowing that they've had a good time, and our staff as well. We don't want that. We want them to be have just as much enjoyment out of it as the other two groups.
No, absolutely. And if the website
WiscassetSpeedway.com.
All the information you need, just the rules, the schedule, the different marquee events. I mean, it's just very informative, and I encourage you to go there, take the schedule, print it off, check it out. What can we make? If you've never been to Wiscasset, and I don't know many racers that say they haven't been because, over the past few years, to see the improvements and stuff, you really got to check it out.
And we know that there are fans and there are drivers that have their own home tracks, and we're not going to begrudge them to want to spend most of their time at those tracks, but we just encourage you to, on and off week, like you've said, come check it out, have some fun, and know that you've got a second home.
Be a fan.
Yep.
All right, Ken. I know you got a meeting to go to, and we
got another place to go.
We're going to show some other some race highlights, and we'll have some highlights of the Coastal 200 later on in this week's episode. So thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great time, and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride.
It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPchartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Hi, I'm Scott from Scotch Recreation. We just had the biggest month in our history. Why? We're selling campers at wholesale to the public, even the 2019s. So what did we do? We went out and bought a bunch more. Up to 40% off travel trailers and fifth wheels, up to 35% off toy haulers, up to 30% off motorhomes. You'll never see these prices again. Over 400 campers to choose from, all at wholesale prices.
Scott's Recreation, Route 4 Turner and Route 202 Manchester, Maine.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Saturday night, June 1st. It's Funny Cars Under the Stars, presented by the New Hampshire Lottery and O'Reilly Auto Parts at New England Dragway. Alcohol Funny Cars, Stacey McGlory and Robin Stambaugh. And Nitro Funny Cars, The Nor'easter, Keith Davidson's Bits and Pieces, Chuck Exton and the Devil's Fuel. We've got jets. What the hot rods from hell. Saturday night, kids 5 and under are free. So is parking. Bring a non-winning New Hampshire Lottery ticket for a discount at the gate. Funny Cars Under the Stars. Tickets and info right now at NewEnglandDragway.com.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations and online at scotchrecreation.com.
Bentley Saloon, Route 1 in Arundel. Stop by and see why me and my friends say, who has more fun than us? We do.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. Memorial Day weekend, some of the biggest on the national scene, biggest racing that goes that takes place throughout the 2019 season. But on the local scene, some big time events that take place, and makes me proud and happy to hear that 3 events, that took place this weekend. I mean, beyond the track's regular events, the Coastal 200 at Wiscasset, the Tri-Track Modified Racing Series at Claremont, and then Thunder Road's Meckelson RV Memorial Day Classic, all raced in front of a full grandstand. So that's always good to hear. Very positive, very exciting. We were at Thunder Road. Amy was at Wiscasset. Saw reports and heard from people that were at Claremont. So good to hear. So we got a lot of highlights from Thunder Road this past weekend. The Street Stocks, Flying Tigers, the Pro All-Star Series, and their own late models. And so enjoy over the next few segments the highlights from Thunder Road. And when I tell you, beautiful facility that Chris Michaud and the entire staff over there have put together. The improvements, 3 tracks that we just talked about, Wiscasset, Claremont, and Thunder Road, all have changed ownership over the last 3, 4, 5 years. Some of them over the last 2 years. And then Wiscasset was a few years back. All are influxing of money, improving the facilities, making them not only racetracks, facilities. And if you get a chance to visit any one of the 3, you really should. So enjoy these highlights from Thunder Road this past weekend.
I counted these.
Congratulations, career win number 6. Opening day didn't go the way you would plan it, but I guess if there's any way to follow up the way that opening day went, this will have to be the way to do it. Yeah, we'll take this over our last race. You got some people you'd like to thank? Yeah, got them out concrete cutting. They've been with me for 2 years now. We got MK Trucking on board. RDI Vinyl, Walker Construction, all the guys that helped me. All right, well, there you go, folks. Let him hear he's about to get the trophy from Bruce from Eccleston. Congratulations. First wins are kind of cool. Double O Joe didn't let you have it easy. He took the lead away with 2 to go, but you stayed tough on the bottom and you got the win.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get it. My tires are small tires. I'm only racing 75 laps, or 75 lappers, triple crowns. So I put some old tires on, they just barely lasted me through the race.
I don't want to tell you anything, but this wasn't one of the 75 lappers, that's next race.
I know, this was a practice race.
Well, that's only two. Wow, you look like you're doing pretty good. You got some people you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, my brother Jalen, my girlfriend, Maddie, and Tom Daly. They come down and work, clean the car every week. And then I want to thank the sponsors, Nails Training Service, Down Crusher, Greg Lucius Iron Building.
Oh, yeah?
Buffalo Mountain Power Sports, and the new Brian Terry and Sons logo looks pretty good on the hood.
All right, there you go. Bruce Michelson's got a first place trophy for you. Jaden Perry takes the first career win.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle the factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Servicing differentials is virtually impossible. The confined space makes fill holes difficult to reach, and industry-standard conical bottles are rigid and hard to squeeze. That combination makes for a messy job. Plus, you can't get all of the gear lube out of the bottle, so you have to buy more than you need to complete the job. And engineering your own solution only results in disaster. Not anymore. Introducing the new AMSOIL Easy Pack. Easily access hard-to-service differentials. Easily squeeze out all of the contents. And easily stay clean while you do it. No more leftover fluid or inconvenient rigid bottles. No more trouble reaching difficult fill holes. No more mess. AMSOIL Severe Gear in the new Easy Pack. the solution to all your problems.
Another first from AMSOIL. For a stocking dealer nearest you, call toll-free 877-761-8375 or visit fourseasonsynthetic.com.
That was awesome to watch that race. Thanks so much. I appreciate you putting on the event.
It was on.
All right, you're on the Reed Pro All-Star Series National Champion and had a whale of a run down at Thompson. Come up just a little bit short. Now you're battling the same guy for supremacy. You came out on top today. Yeah, it feels good. You know, DJ's been on a roll all year. We weren't, amazing in practice all day today. I kept telling him, I'm like, man, the car feels good. I'm telling you guys, I don't know why I'm slow. So it's good to show them that it actually was pretty good. But no, I really got to thank my guys. They worked their butts off today. Got to thank Pat. Everyone else that on this program. All right, the national championship, you won races last year from Caribou, Maine to Dillon, South Carolina, and now you won at the most infamous and historic track in New England. Yeah, this is going to be incredible. We've been eyeing one of these things
Back when they were
I've been coming here for 3 or 4 years. Every time I'm like, man, I want one of those things. So, it's going to feel good to bring this one home.
Some guy came
And of course, Louis Mitchell-Litis is instrumental in this here, a guy that 20 years ago was a front runner on the Pro All-Star Series. Is he teaching you a trick or two? Yeah, he's taught me so much over the years. It's amazing. I'm so lucky to have these guys, and we do everything together. We're family, so it's pretty cool to be able to do what we love, especially on the weekends and everything. And I also got to thank all the vets and self-love veterans over the years. All right, I want to be around your winner.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
We know Maine is hard on cars, so when your ignition won't turn or you lose your key, that just adds insult to injury. Why tow it? E-Keys for Cars technicians will solve your problem in your dooryard or at the mall and get you back on the road. AAA member? You should be. Your AAA locksmith coverage comes right off the bill. E-Keys for Cars, Maine's fast, affordable solution to your car key and lock problems. On the Auto Mile, Route 1, Saco.
E-Keys for Cars.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Wiscasset Speedway, west on the road. Wiscasset is celebrating 50 years as the fastest track in the state of Maine. Join us for great events all season long, like the Coastal 200 and the Boss Hog 150, plus visits from NEMA, the 350, Smack Supermods, Melt Car Legends, and more. For complete details, go to WiscassetSpeedway.com or find us and like us on Facebook. Wiscasset Speedway, celebrating 50 years as Maine's biggest and fastest.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs.
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Saturday night, June 1st. It's Funny Cars Under the Stars, presented by the New Hampshire Lottery and O'Reilly Auto Parts at New England Dragway. Alcohol Funny Cars, Stacey McGlory and Robin Stambaugh. And Nitro Funny Cars, The Nor'easter, Keith Davidson's Bits and Pieces, Chuck Exton and the Devil's Fuel. We've got Jets. What the hot rods from hell. Saturday night, kids 5 and under are free. So is parking. Bring a non-winning New Hampshire Lottery ticket for a discount at the gate. Funny Cars Under the Stars. Tickets and info right now at NewEnglandDragway.com.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Legendary race car driver Bentley Warren is putting Arundel on the map. When Bentley's Saloon opened in 2004, it was just a little bar room on the side of the road. Today we have a giant saloon with live music, dancing, and great food and drink indoors and out. We're always looking to meet new friends and have a good old time. There's always something exciting going on at Bentley's. That's why we like to say, who has more fun than us? We do!
Well, once again, the Coastal 200 proved to be a barn burner over there at Wiscasset Speedway in 2019, no different. Guys looking to win their first, guys looking to win multiple, and 24 cars took the green, and it turned out to be a great race. And thank you once again to Brandon Simmons and Amy for covering it, Brandon for videoing it, and enjoy the highlights, and congratulations to a guy that's won it before and won it again. So hope you all enjoyed this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports and enjoy these highlights of the Coastal 200 over to Wiscasset Speedway.
On the backstretch coming out of turn 2.
Did you leave the rest of the beard in the car today, or what?
What's that?
Did you leave the rest of the beard in there? Congratulations, buddy. Last year, one of the most dominant wins we've ever seen here at this track. Today, you had to work for it. Actually, early in the race, you were fading back more than you were making ground up front.
Yeah, it's, man, these guys are tough. I know last year we were a bit more prepared than we were this year. It's my own doing. And Man, Andrew was good. I knew he was probably conservative a little bit, but I didn't know how much. And we come in and took those tires, and the crew executed the pit stop perfectly, man. We made it back out first, and that was, I think, a key role in all of this because it got us ahead of him. So we tried to stretch it out a little bit on the starts and get a little gap between us. But I gotta thank him, Andrew. I mean, all these guys, lap car, everybody for racing very clean. Giving way for fast cars. I mean, it's just
Talk about that long green flag run. You guys really had a great chess match on picking the right cars, inside lane, outside lane. You guys worked the lap traffic masterfully.
Yeah, last year that got me there for a minute, and I could see some situations kind of playing out in front of us. And it's like, well, maybe if I can get some position on him, it'll stick him to the bottom, and I could, or basically use the lap car as a pick. And it worked out great, man. This is awesome. We worked hard all day. I got to thank everybody that's here with me. Jeff, my boss, Sherry. I got to thank you guys so much. I mean, Penny, Louie, Cherie, Ryan, his wife, Brent, T-Bone, AJ, Jimmy, Jake Gilbert, Russell Gilbert, my uncles, my aunts. I got a whole tribe of family. Thank you guys for coming. This means the world to me. We worked really hard for this today, and I don't know what to say.
How about talk about history? It's been 17 years since we've had a repeat winner of this race. Scott Chubbuck was the last one to do it, 2001, 2002. You go back to back the last 2 years. How's this one weigh against last year? I know last year there was a lot of emotion on that day.
Yeah, it's pretty neat, honestly. I remember watching Scott race while I was in diapers, and I don't know if he's here or not, but you're probably a little bit older than I am. But I got a chance to race with him a little bit. Must be a 15 thing, because now it's both 15s that repeat, so it's really cool. Tomorrow's going to be a tough day for all of our family. It's been a year since my grandmother's been gone. I know she'd be right here in the front row. So my grandfather's home. I'm sure he's pumped up right now, so I'm going to make sure I stop and enjoy a cold, frosty beverage with him on the way down.
And the last thing, you got one more hurdle to get over there in that room over there, but Derek Mingo's got a nice barbecue feast for you and your team at the end of this one.
I guess it's a good thing that I eat a lot. I'm really hungry.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, again, with our travel
Playing radio in the heart. Don't be being so strange. Think I'm losing it. Baby, where have you been? Everybody says that you're moving again. I don't wanna be right, baby, every single night. And I could tell you a thing about taking your time. It's making me nervous, yeah. One step at a time, they'll be living on the line. I don't need a friend, I got more than on my mind. Sunshine in my brain, making everyone complain. Radio in the heart, don't be being so strange. Think I'm losing it, baby, where have you been? Everybody says